We'll talk about shadow work all the time. Like that's underworld work. Norse folk magic, a troll is simply the name of a spirit that lives within a tree, a bush, a rock, a boulder.
The Celts were crazy.
Yeah, you create what's missing in the world, which is mature, healthy, individuated men.
We still know very little about the Norse and the Celtic mythology. Because the Celts left almost no written records, most of their knowledge was passed down through words and much of it was lost over time. But they did leave behind symbols, carvings, and artwork that give us powerful insights into their culture and their spiritual work. And when we talk about the Celts, most people only know a few names, fragments of their traditions. Like, almost everyone knows Odin, god of wisdom and magic, of ecstasy, Freya, of love, and Thor, the god of protection and strength, and Loki, the shadow of transformation, chaos, and the trickster energy. Some may have even heard of the rune magic, sound rituals, or Saidir, the ancient practice that includes spiritual animal work like we just explored in this video today. What's up, beautiful earth angels? Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to learn about shamanism, about fire ceremonies, and about spirit animals. So, a couple weeks ago, I've been introduced to this epic shaman who lives in the jungle and practices ancestral work and healing work. He listens to the nature and he follows his ancient wisdom. For today, he made an exception. Because normally he works only with men and does man work. But he invited me to his sacred space to witness an experience of his healing work. So today, together we did an epic ancestral fire release ceremony. And guys, this was one of the most life-changing ceremony I had in my entire life. The flames allowed me to dive deep, and also I felt deeply connected to the wounds of my bloodline. And through bringing all voices together of the masculine and the feminine, who held this space intuitively, and I felt like there was something in me speaking.
And so with any spiritual tradition or technology or practice, the core tenet is to know thyself. And I, like so many other men and women from Western culture, have lost connection with who we truly are.
A shaman is traditionally somebody who heals, somebody who travels the world, between the worlds, somebody who brings insight, balance, or guidance. For a long time I wanted to learn more about my own origin, about my ancestry, and that's why shamanism popped into my field. Also, I came over Jacob Todson's videos. He's an amazing YouTuber and talks all about shamanism. The Blót, the fire release ceremony, which we did before, brought attention to my wounds of my ancestry, and which led me through a whole different healing journey, and through the medicine combo.
This is what our ancestors have done for most of history as we know it. We live in a time that is abnormal, these last few hundred years.
Or where I think my spirit animal can help me is with feeling safe and feeling secure in myself, where it comes to big crowds, or I'm not good in being in big crowds, or I feel more shy, and also so that's where I think my spirit animal really can help me with that. Do you think
It's a yes and question, because each spirit animal has its own sort of powers and strengths and gifts, depending upon the one that comes through. And you can ask it for help whenever you want. And that's the point.
Yeah.
Whenever you're doing any kind of spiritual work, prayer work, or anything in life where you feel challenged, where you understand that there is some transformation at hand for you. And for you, you're mentioning if you're in crowds, if you feel some sort of challenge, well, there's something there that you can be helped with.
Yeah, I'm
You simply-
shy and just like
Yeah.
introverted, and when it's like a big crowd, I feel like, oh my gosh, I really want to leave, and it's like, yeah.
And so what you would do once you have your power animal, before you go out for such an experience, you can pray for them to come with you and to walk with you and to help guide you. And there are even like specific practices I've been learning about to strengthen your bond with them. One of them is to sit at your altar and to travel to the place in the underworld where they live. And you do a breathwork practice where you imagine it right in front of you. And you imagine that as you breathe in, it's breathing out. And as you breathe out, it's breathing in. And you create this energy conduit, which bonds you.
Okay, great, I'm ready.
So my spirit animal is a
Nation.
and I'm actually super stoked. At the beginning, I didn't know what to do with it because it's like this black, evil, dusty bird, you know, and like they crack nuts open when they fly above the sky, and then they let it all drop, and they redo it over and over. So they are pretty clever though, and I can identify with that. And in terms when it comes to the point where, yeah, you know, like I'm in a crowd and a lot of people surrounding me, like how I envision it, like how I can deal better with those kind of situations of social pressure and performing or being like, you know, like under pressure when it comes to conversations. It's like, I think, yeah, like flying all above, like this beautiful area here. Oh my gosh, like, can you see this? Like, can you see this? Is it real? Is it real? This is so epic, like this is crazy, isn't it? So yeah, how I envision it is like flying above and getting myself into bird perspective before I talk to anyone, right? And then like asking clever questions that the conversation leads to a point where it's not awkward.
Together with Anker, we had a little showing, and he showed me his altars and his spiritual deities. So watch out.
Naked people and wild ecstasy, because he's also a very Dionysian god, is very tantric in a really fundamental sense, and what he's seen here is basically leading a procession through the forest in an ecstatic orgy.
Oh shit, the Celts were crazy.
Yeah.
Is up like Cerro Nunos, you know, Cerro Nunos, but it is Cerro Nunos, as far as I can tell.
Together with Anker, I learned more about the god Nunos, who's the ancient Celtic Gaulish god, most commonly known as the Horn god, who worked as a conduct for the Roman Empire and the New Age. Who he is or what he represents is mostly the god of nature, the wild man, associated with animals, especially with the deer. Also, he's linked to fertility, the life force, and people in ancient time, they called him when they wanted to manifest abundance, wealth, and wanted to release something in the circle of life and death.
One last thing I'll mention, this staghorn, is the first artifact I was ever given. And when I received it, I didn't even have a personal spiritual practice or any connection to like what this energy was. But it came to me through my first adult partner. And in my relationship with her is when I realized that there were things going on within me that I needed to address that were hurting people that I loved. And I was at a Christmas gathering out in the garage with her stepbrother, and they're all just drinking and talking nonsense. And he's like, I got this horn here, and like, I gotta clear all this crap out of this garage. Like, anyone want this? And I'm just like, yes, like confusingly. And the stag horn is one of the most powerful relics you can have in both the Norse and the Celtic traditions.
And you wasn't on your path there.
No, it's what
Whoa.
came to me and in a way initiated me into working with nature elements.
Whoa.
And it's been here the whole time.
When it came to the actual spirit journey in my underworld, I felt slightly intimidated. As I allowed myself to surrender into this fear, it slightly faded. And I opened myself to this experience and curiosity arose. I could not wait to explore. I need to freak out.
No.
Because I'm actually freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, in the realm of shamanism, yes, you do understand and acknowledge that there are good spirits and evil spirits, for sure. But the realms themselves aren't inherently good or bad, right? Like the underworld is the place of like caves and lakes and anything that's underneath, like within the planet, within our psyche. People talk about shadow work all the time, like that's underworld work. But our psychographic history isn't necessarily bad or evil, it simply is, right? And then the middle worlds are the worlds that we live in. This is the 3D realm of humanity.
God,
right?
yeah.
And also the realm where like fairies can come and go to. It's a separate conversation of parallel dimensions.
Okay, I didn't expect that we were going so deep into different dimensions. And I heard this it's a theory before. And some say like it's conspiracy, some say it's like a real word living beneath us, and I'm super curious, like all about like to get to know this world. And I'm super curious to learn, get to know my own spirit animal, right? And I know that like Rudolf Steiner teaches us everything is like from the mind, and also that we're mental beings and soul beings. And he had the conclusion about that we all create by our mind. My new guardian. You know, when we see it in our being, that is actually an appearance in a different dimension. How do you see that?
I don't believe it's all created by our minds. Our minds are a tool to perceive and to understand and to comprehend. And in many ways, the mind is less important when we go upon journeying into these realms, because what you see is not with your eyes, it's with your inner vision, which is something that needs to be cultivated and sometimes supported in opening up. And I believe that's part of what happened for me in that training. And so the beings that you can experience, the power animals, the spirit teachers, and also
the gnomes. Are they gnomes?
Gnomes. I love it how they say gnomes out in Europe. The G is not silent. It's so fun. I have gnomes in my yard. You might have seen them. Like these yard gnomes, lawn gnomes, they're essentially placeholders for spirit to live. That's me saying, hello, you're invited to live here, land spirit. And to answer the question firmly, there is more happening here than what we can perceive in this realm with our five senses. That is the realm of shamanic practitionership and animism in general, which is like the meta narrative around shamanic practitionership. Is like everything has a life and a spirit. Like the word troll, you've heard this word before,
sure,
right? But in common vernacular, it's like this ugly, brutish ogre thing under a bridge that wants the toll to cross the bridge, which is metaphorical, you're moving from one land to the other. But in Norse folk magic, a troll is simply the name of a spirit that lives within a tree, a bush, a rock, a boulder. And it's not.
When I envision trolls, like I envision like the big giant troll from Hobbit, or like and who stink and who are just like uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of like metaphors for land spirits because like a cave troll is very much a manifestation of cave energy. You know, they're dark and they're solid and they're strong and they're really big like boulders. So there's some truth to it. But they get, in my opinion, portrayed that way because of the over-Christianization, so to speak, of such lore, of such practice.
Do you think like I can meet like my own spirit animal in form of like a troll or like a dragon or a fairy? Might this be like fiction, or is this like
Yeah.
yeah?
Well, from my understanding, power animals and spirit animals are generally creatures that we're familiar with in this world. And that's why they're so helpful, because they are of this world, but they're in spirit form, so they can move between worlds. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. So they're actually real creatures, but they move through different worlds. And we in the middle world, how you say, we cannot perceive the whole imprint of them because they have like different, like we are not able to see them with our capacity of humans, like human brain.
You know, in a sense, like, we can develop the capacity to sense and perceive spirits in this realm for sure. And I've had some experiences of that recently since that training. I can't answer with certainty if we can actually experience our spirit animal in its full form here, but for example, they make appearances. So here's a good example. When I came back from my trip and had been given my power animal of a large gray wolf with silent footsteps, I went down to the river one morning and I was asking for spirit to guide me to items I could use in a rune divination sort of bag, like items of nature that hold a certain meaning. But when I followed that guidance, I ended up digging up a little hole that had 2 sticks crossed over it, which isn't just X marks the spot, it's also the rune Gifu, which is the gift. So I dug underneath and I found this stone, which is the shape of a wolf's head. And so that is the way that my power animal showed up to me in this world, at least so far.
That's gorgeous. So you're a lonely wolf?
No, the wolf is a pack animal.
Believe it or not, but to find your spirit animal, you have to go out of your own mind and to surrender into the receiving. Your spirit animal is waiting for you and wants to help you in this world to overcome your challenges. I highly recommend to do this work only with an initiated and professional shaman. There is a lot of woo stuff out there. So my invitation to you is to do your research and to trust in your shaman. As we started this shamanic journey, we started to cleanse the space. And even if I thought, oh my gosh, what the hell am I doing there? And what is this all about? I fully trusted in the process. And if you guys want to discover your Viking origin, I highly recommend to do a bloodline test, a DNA test, which offers valuable insights into where you come from and reveals the regions and the cultures your ancestors were connected to. So, my bloodline is all from Europe, and my heritage DNA represents this information in a clear, structured, and accessible way. The test analyzes your ethnic composition and it shows the percentage of your genetic heritage, which is pretty cool. In addition, it can identify potential genetic relatives and provides a visual representation of your ancestry. Some of you might know the movie Krabat. Growing up in Germany in a Nordic climate, crows were always around me. And they felt so familiar, almost like companions. The crow is a soft spirit animal. And yes, guys, it is my spirit animal. It carries a strong, honest, and a deep intuitive energy. energy which is also connected to witches and all what is in the magical field. After a few days had passed, I began seeing crows everywhere. Thank you so much, guys, for being with me here and learning about spirit animals, shamanism, and your own origin. If you want to learn more about your spirit animal, I will link Anker's information down below. Everything what you want to know, write me in the comments and I will answer your questions. Thank you so much, and for more videos like this, please leave an abo, and I love you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.